Hey, girl.
The things we endure for love.
Oh, that wasn't love, and it was endurance. Oof. I don't even remember how it ended because it didn't end well.
I can't imagine why. Didn't start off on the right foot, so or third leg, either one.
God Almighty, it was.
Those are my favorite.
What you even gonna do with that?
Anything I want.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do with a butternut squash? Actually, more of a spaghetti
Make some
squash.
soup, girl. Make some soup.
Like a spaghetti squash. God.
Shred that baby so it's easier to digest.
Christ. Hey, dear listeners, how are you? Oh God, we need to apologize.
We do,
because we missed last week due to personal things, and then they took away Ally McBeal, and we were fretting, and then we were like, this is just not going to work.
It was a sign from above.
And then Maim saw one of our dear friends from somebody who I met from work who became one of our dear friends, happened to be down in Florida. And
that was so nice.
Wasn't it?
It was really nice to see him.
Yeah, he's good people. He's good people.
He's like one of the best people I've ever known in my life. Without question.
So here's the thing, dear listeners. Maim thinks that about a lot of people.
That's not true.
It is. It really is.
There is a handful of people that I think of as highly.
That if we went onto the Best Friends podcast, I'll give you my answer of the thing that irritates me most about you is that you like too many people. Like you call them friends and you just think that they're great and they're all wonderful, and they aren't. I've met these people. Like, I remember back in high school, some of the people you called, they're my friends. They're great. Girl, do you know what they say about you behind your back? Have you seen these people? No, they are not good people. Whatever. Here we are. But this one is. This one is good people. This one is good.
And that's why I live in Florida now, because I said, screw it all.
Yeah. Now he says that about people down there, and I can't judge them because I'm all the way up here.
I don't say it as much as I used to, girl.
You do.
I'm saying, like, no, not that many people.
Girl, every week it's somebody new. I've got this friend. How many times have you met them? Once? No. Golly.
Yeah, I've started using the term acquaintance more now. I don't use the term friend as much as I used to.
But you mean friend. You mean friend.
I
know what you're thinking. In your heart, you're like, they're my friend. They're my friend.
I don't think that about everybody anymore. I don't.
We're friends. It's okay, babe. It's okay to be wrong in this world. Girl, I think we may have just solved. Dear listeners, in previous podcasts, we were trying to figure out why Maim is such a prude. And I think I think we may have just solved it. Because you can't be friends if you're just doing the effing. Like there's if you're just going at it for the effing.
So is it that's why I give everybody the term friend?
Yeah, because no, I think that's why you had issues with finding people to do that with, because they were like, oh, they're my friend. No, girl, somebody gonna put something in an orifice, and you just ain't ever gonna talk to them again. It's fine. It don't matter if you have connection if you're just trying to fuck.
Or a friends.
I had one of those for a long time.
I know, girl.
Oh no, that was actual friend that we were. I had other ones for a long time.
Oh, once again, I know, girl. I know half of the triangle knows.
No, they don't know. Nobody knows what I did. Nobody knows.
They don't know about each other, but they know what you did. That's not the same thing.
And the only person I ever got anything from was somebody that I was with.
Ain't it the way? Ain't it the way? It's always the one that's closest to you. Stop making the angry black face right now. Because I already know it's going to come out. I can't be handling no Cicely Tyson monologues right now.
How did you know that was the angry black face?
I can see your face. We can see each other. I know the face. Pursed lip. Top lip almost touching your nose. I know the look.
I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah.
I know.
I've seen that face my entire life. I know it.
From me and your mother. Is that what you're trying to say?
You and my mother and my aunts and my Lord, are you kidding me?
Oh, Lord.
That's that face before somebody's either about to get a blessing or get blessed out. It's either one or the other.
Or both.
Or both. Because both can happen. You get that blessing and then you get smacked.
I wonder what that. I know. I was just thinking. I was just going back to our home ec class, and I was wondering what she's doing now. She's probably retired.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe they took her and put her in the glue factory.
Or what the drunk Spanish teacher's doing now.
Oh my God.
You know, I hope that was just a rumor, and she was, but I think she was.
Our school system was so.
Look. I mean, we had Spanish once every 6 weeks. I think it kind of felt like when she wanted to show up.
Yeah. I mean, I still know La Vaca. So, I mean, she did something. It stuck with me all this time.
I just remember Julio Iglesias staring at watching us.
Once again, we were some weird kids.
Dear listeners, in our AG, which is academically gifted class, that it shared it with the Spanish class that apparently she was never there. The Spanish teacher was never there, but there was a picture. It was a little article of Julio Iglesias there, and he was just staring down at us, and Julio's watching, and then we would play the Civil War on a game. Like there was a computer game where you were the North or the South, and it was rigged to where you'd lose if you were the South, which rightfully so, but it was very odd because they were like, oh, you could try to win this. No, you can't. You're the South. Why are you?
And that was back when we were still like trying to even understand that thing. Like it was like we didn't even technically understand it that well at that age. Like we understood it a little bit, but
the Civil War,
that well. Yeah,
the war of
kind of only
aggression.
Yeah, that's when they were only kind of partially telling us about it, so we weren't even 100% sure.
Oh yeah, that was totally not about slavery. Absolutely not about slavery.
Not in the least bit.
No. It was about cotton and states' rights. Yeah, I remember that.
And then we start singing "The Land of Dixie" in music class.
Well, that was Abraham Lincoln's favorite song.
Well, you know what? I'm sure that's probably
it is a fun song.
Yeah, no, it is. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. And yeah. Oh, it's still on my brain. I know it basically by heart still. Living down Dixie, away down south in Dixie. Why do I sound like Gomer Pyle? Jeez, stop. Oh, Jim Neighbors, you crazy homosexual.
Yeah, he was. I
love the fact that Gomer Pyle is a homosexual, and it was pretty obvious if you just watch those shows.
Oh, yeah. Andy Griffith was fine with it. Maim, speaking of flagrant homosexuality, did you know that we have Patreon? Listeners, you go Patreon. I remember Mims and Maim. You can throw somebody named Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have another podcast? That's right, dear listeners, because Jeff Bezos And what's his doodle from Disney? Mike? What's it?
Oh, Bob
Eisner ruined Ally McBeal for us by ripping it away. But we are getting anyway. We have Baking Sugar, our Design Women podcast. But dear listeners, we do have something else in the works, which will be released after October 10th. We have to get to that, and then Maim has to disappear for a bit.
Yes, for a bit.
She has to go to Hawaii. It's the only state that's got a guttural stop in it. No, seriously, it's spelled Hawi.
No, I know. Hawaii. It's just the way you said it. Just like guttural. It sounds great coming out of your mouth. Guttural stop. It just sounds good coming out of your mouth.
That's what it is.
No, I'm saying with your accent, it sounds so good when you say it.
A guttural stop.
Yeah.
Hey, Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know we got merchandise? Right, if you go to MeandMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim. Do you know what I love?
Is it 5-star reviews?
It's brown prudes and 5-star reviews.
Oh no, that should have been my drag name.
Brown prude.
Damn it. That should have been my drag name.
Not Sparkles. If you
It's only if I show my butthole.
But you won't because you're a prude. Dear listeners, I love 5-star reviews, and they mean a lot to me. This is season 3, episode 22. Murder. She spoke. Oh, man, we've made to the end of season 3.
I can't believe it.
I know, we've only got 14 more seasons left.
Oh, man, those are going to be our retirement year episodes are going to be great.
Then they'll somehow release more.
You did hear they are looking at rebooting it.
Are they?
Yes, that's a real thing that they were talking. Like, I had 2 different people tag me on posts on Facebook where they were talking about bringing it back. Because they're also bringing back Matlock as well.
I know they were bringing back Matlock, but was this from your friends?
Nope, just some people I know.
Okay. So not friends?
People I know.
Not Facebook friends?
People I know.
But they're called friends on Facebook.
I can't help what Zuckerberg calls them.
So we're at the studio. And lo and behold, the devil went down to Georgia because Charlie Daniels is the star of this episode.
What?
He was looking for a stone to steal. He was in a bind. He's way behind. He's willing to make a deal.
With Jessica Fletcher.
And I don't know if you noticed while the band's going on. There's a woman in the background with just jamming. The young girl just jamming. Girl, next year, you should really think about coming up here for the International Bluegrass Festival.
Okay.
It was fun. There's 4 stages.
I like bluegrass music.
I know you do. That's why I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
That there were 4 stages of bluegrass music.
Yeah.
And then there were busker stands throughout where people were like,
stop.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yes, it was fun.
Can I wear my 8-inch cowboy high heel?
Yes.
No, I'm going to wear those cowboy Crocs.
Yes, wear the cowboy Crocs. Please not come in a dress because you don't have anything that is the right length? Just in general, not for this, just in general. Bam! Although I saw your past couple dresses, they're much better.
Just taking the advice of an expert.
I'm not an expert. I just know it looks good on you. I'm just a controlling freak.
That's it. There we go. That's what I call an expert now.
But I'm not a friend.
No.
Oh, God. Yeah. So we're in the other studio, and JB is doing an audiobook.
Oh, except they call it Books for the Blind there.
Well, yes.
Is that what audiobooks used to be known as back then?
I believe they were. Yes, this is before the audiobook revolution.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at one point they were also called books on tape.
Yes, because they were on tape.
They were books on tape.
Yeah. And I think part of it is that a cassette could not hold a full book, so you would have to get multiple cassettes.
Please tell me you've seen the back then the Bible on cassette. Did you ever see those things?
I remember them vaguely, but I never actually saw one.
They were that thick. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Those were so, it was like different chapters, different books, and had you flip through it because it was that thick. It was insanity.
Did anybody in your family have that?
Yes, multiple people.
Why?
Why do you think?
I mean, just go up to your minister and have him read it to you.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is thing. It's like people would have that on in the background while they were doing stuff. And
well, now here's a question: how they deal with all the fucking that's going on with their, and then he smote all these people. He sure did. Smote them dead. Some of that's not good listening.
Smote him, smoot him, smeet him.
And then the whore on the beast is coming. Well, yeah, but she is.
A whore on the beast.
So when I was I took a New Testament class. I took an Old Testament and New Testament class in college, at Mitchell, taught by a Presbyterian minister, one of the best class I ever took. He started talking about Revelation. And he said that this revelation could be one of three things. One, it's absolutely true. And that's probably not the right one. Number two, it was a warning written by John to a group that was on the other side of Israel as a coded language, warning them of an war that was getting ready to happen. That's the most likely. Third, which is also very probable, John was high as a kite and just sort of writing stuff down. And
what about fourth? Aliens.
Oh, aliens. No. And it probably wasn't even written by John the Baptist. So there's that too. So there's all those. I believe Revelation only made in the Bible by vote. Things people don't realize that the Bible was voted on.
I know that. I watched the whole a whole thing about all of that stuff, and still to this day I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
This is literally running entire lives of our world.
Yep. Sure is.
And it's and if it's fine, it's fine if a person knows all of this other background behind it, and they still choose that. But the fact is that the majority of people don't. So.
Right.
Oh goodness. I do like that idea though, of him just being high off his ass.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, he could have been.
That would be very cool.
And it's not allegorical at all. It's just what he was thinking.
Ally McBoracle.
Sorry. Hopping down down that road, walking the line. Girl, yes. What John the Baptist forgot to write in there is that the whore on the beast is singing Vonda Shepherd as she's approaching.
And she was walking that line, and then she was walking that line with one set of footprints.
Oh, God. Girl. So in there with JB is Mrs. Dalton. Okay. Nancy, we find out her first name later. And we find out her husband, Greg, is running late. He had to have a dinner with Randy.
Oh, all right. All right.
Well, we're back in Charlie Daniels' area. Al is his sound guy, and Charlie's name is Stoney. Well, taxi arrives, and we find out that this is actually Red River Recordings.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in JB's little booth, and Earl is her audio dude.
Yes.
Well, Greg's here, and he's blind.
What? And he's also that guy.
He is that guy.
This is the first time I've ever seen this guy play a character that wasn't the bad guy. Yeah. Like, I can't recall another role ever that he's done where he was just a normal guy.
Well, we're back at the front of the office, and Cheryl with her hair and jean jacket, jean skirt, and like jean skirt.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Blue stockings and pink ass heels. Yes, ma'am.
This show was trying to gaslight us into making us think that this woman was sexy. They did everything they could to make us feel like this was a hot woman, and this lady was not hot. Like,
now here's the thing: she was probably Southern. Their idea of a Southern secretary being hot.
But the guy was looking at her like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, what is happening right now? Literally, this lady looks a hot mess.
Well, we find out that his wife Margaret called. This is Randy, by the way. His wife Margaret called. Stoney called. Mr. Anglin left a check.
Oh God, all these people are calling.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, well, you can go on home. And she just turns around and says, "Good night, sir," and prances off with that gill of a hair just floating beside, like fish out of water.
Outfit, everything about that was
everything. What are you? How dare you, madam? Her outfit was spectacular
in like the worst possible way.
You know what? As a drag queen, you should respect game. Oh, girl.
I didn't say I didn't like her outfit. I said that her outfit was terrible. Those are not the same thing to me. Those aren't the same thing at all, because I see lots of things that are terrible and I want them immediately in my life. Especially outfits like that. I love the back of the outfit and how it goes into that strange V shape on the skirt. It's like it should look almost like she has a mermaid tail. It's so very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Emphasizing that butt, I guess she had. Not really, but you know.
My dermatologist just messaged me. I have my dermatologicals appointment on Tuesday.
Oh, I need to go to a dermatologist actually soon.
You're supposed to go every year, Maim.
Am I?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're at that age.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All I knew about was like the 45-year-old prostate exams.
Yes, girl. You should, like, after 40, you should go. It's more critical for fair-skinned people, but it's still.
Well, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I got a mole I got to get removed. It's in a weird spot.
Yeah, and like it's
or skin tag. I can't ever tell the difference. What's the difference between those two things?
Skin tag looks like skin. I mean, I know that sounds silly, but that's what it is. There's no discoloration. It just looks like a little piece of skin that's flopping up.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
skin tag.
Yeah. But yeah, it dear listeners, highly suggest you go to the dermatologist every year, starting around 40-ish. It's typically free with insurance.
And that's us now. We're in our 40s.
It's a preventative, right? So the exam takes 5 minutes.
Okay. I'll do that then. Thank you for that, PSA.
You're welcome. Now, girl, if you get an older gentleman or an older person, an older like dermatologist, they will go, it is creepy. They will take their fingernails and do this across your body to feel for bumps.
Oh.
I found a younger woman who does not. She just looks around with the little jewel.
See, that's how my primary doctor has one of those.
Yeah.
So it only does it if like I point out to because I do get like moles and stuff like that. Like he only does it for if I'm like, hey, I got a new mole. He's like, let me look at it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Like, it's fine.
No, dermatologists go and look at everything. Basically, they're looking to make sure that the bumps on your body all look the same. It's super cool. Like because some people, my first dermatologist, the creepy guy with the fingers, he was like, yeah, some people have these weird yellow triangles that are raised that people would think are cancer because they're off shaped and they're yellow. But he was like, some people just have those. It's not cancer. Just what they have.
Yellow triangles?
Yeah. Like patches that are like triangular and yellow and kind of crusty.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. I have no idea what it is. I did not look it up because I did not want to see pictures of it.
No, it's actually, no, now you say that. I mean, I don't have a thing like that, but like now you say that, like, oh, that is true. Like, I guess sometimes there are some weird skin things that you don't think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see them on people and you're like, oh, like, what is that? Like, not like you're grossed out by it, but it just looks unusual, but it doesn't necessarily.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we're in the control room.
Mm-hmm.
And the young girls were in Charlie Daniels' control room, Stoney. And his little girl is named Sal.
Hi, Sal.
Yeah, it's Sal. Well, Randy goes in the control room and Stoney needs to go talk to him.
Oh.
And Stoney has a counterfeit tape that was on sale at a flea market.
Oh, Lord.
And now Stoney's got a big city lawyer who's going to
Not the big city lawyers.
Big city lawyer who's going to get him out of his contract.
Oh, no. You think he's from Nashville, probably? Probably one of them Nashville lawyers.
Yeah. Well, Stoney leaves, and they're both looking at JB on the video that's from the other control room, and we find out that Randy has canceled the Books for the Blind.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What will they do? They'll just have to listen to books on tape.
Demois. But love, devotion.
Don't make me go listen to that after this.
Devotion.
You know it's going to happen now.
Feeling, emotion.
Oh, boy.
And then there was that racist song that was on Pure Moods. Hi, yeah. At least I always thought it was racist. I could be wrong.
I mean, you're usually not, but
I don't think it was done by somebody brown. I'm just.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's Johnny Depp. You know, he's. I'm sorry.
It's Rachel Dolezal.
I mean, he basically pulled a Rachel Dolezal a few years ago when he started claiming to be like Native American, and then he went from like claiming to be Native American to claiming that a Native American tribe basically declared him Native American just because when he was playing Tonto, he was like, well, actually, a tribe said that I was Native American, so I can play this character with darkened skin. The good old days, just a few years ago. Who could have foreseen him being so problematic? I don't know. Everybody.
Well, so Randy goes in to talk to Earl.
Okay. Goodbye.
Earl's gotta die. And then Greg, mentions to Nancy and JB that this is the last of the books for the blind. Nancy is upset.
Apoplectic. She's so upset.
So now we're in Randy's office, and Margaret's here.
Hey, Margaret, girl.
Margaret's his rich-ass wife.
Hey, honey.
And I couldn't tell if she was older or the same age as him. I think she's supposed to be older, but if you look at their faces, they are the same age.
No, I thought I always had the exact same thought. I was like,
I think she's supposed to, because she's dressed a little bit older, but
yes.
they are. She's not
basically the same age. It's like, she's an old woman by a year. That's all.
I mean, that's so much older than me. So much older. 525,600 minutes. Older, in fact.
That's a lot of minutes.
525,000 moments so dear.
Who do you got? MCI? Is that who's your carrier?
Not MCI. Not MC fucking I. Dear listeners, before there was AT&T, MCI, and Sprint. MCI tanked, and it was a little scary for a little bit because they actually owned like most of the lines and stuff. Yeah.
They had great commercials. But then T-Mobile showed up.
Who's in the T-Mobile commercials now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think anybody big. It wasn't like when they first arrived and it was Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, I remember that.
It's like, wow. How did you guys get
Isn't it Zeta, not Zeta? That Catherine Zeta-Jones?
They always, every time I ever seen somebody pronounce it, it's Zeta.
I've always heard it pronounced Zeta.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Are you watching British people pronounce it?
Probably.
So Margaret and Randy kiss like this.
It's gross. It's so gross when they kiss.
And she drops her purse.
Oh, I dropped my purse. Oh, there's that diaphragm.
So we're back in JB's studio, and Greg has to leave to take a pill. And we're back in Stoney's studio, and they're listening to their recording. An old car pulls up outside, like this is all happening at the same time. An old car pulls up outside, and a man in a cowboy hat gets out. And Maim,
yes,
the lights go out.
Oh.
There's a lot of back and forth of trying to find JB. Nancy's talking to JB. She's like, you just stay here. I know my way around. I'm going to go find thing. Cowboy hat comes in. It's like, where are the damn lights? And lights cut back on, Maim.
Oh.
It's like Clue.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to go watch that now, too.
Al calls Randy on the telephone machine. He's been hurt.
Oh, geez. What?
Then there's a scream. Sal finds Randy stabbed in the dark, in the back.
That's frightening. But is it a murder? Is he dead?
No, he's still alive.
Oh, wow. That's a first on here.
He's still alive. So it's a little bit later on, and the police arrive, and we meet Lieutenant Faraday, who is, if you ever watch Special Crimes or The Closer, he's that guy.
Academy.
I'd never watched Police Academy, so I didn't know he was on that.
That's where he first got famous.
Oh, not here?
He's literally the villain of Police Academy.
Okay.
In every movie, like the first 4 movies, he is the villain in each Police Academy.
Girl, there's like 9 of them, so you can't say every movie.
There's 7. He was only in the first 4.
Okay, so not every movie. You just lied to our dear listeners. You need to apologize.
I said the first 4.
You said no, you said in every movie. Then you said in the first 4. So I'm going to need you to apologize to our dear listeners for lying to them.
I'm sorry, dear listeners, for being dishonest and then correcting my dishonesty with honesty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You are wrong.
Didn't The Closer get a spinoff show with him?
Yes.
Yeah. I never watched
I mentioned both of them.
Yeah, my mom, she was a big fan of The Closer.
Oh,
That's how I knew he was on there, because she's like, the guy from Police Academy's on there. You'd like it. I was like, okay.
You would like The Closer.
Isn't that Kira Sedgwick?
Yes, and her purse.
What?
She has a purse full of shit. She drops it on the table. She starts pulling stuff out while she's talking to criminals, trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh, is she a Southern woman?
Of course she is.
Okay. When you said giant purse, I was like, oh.
Yeah, Kira Sedgwick is Southern.
No, I know, but she's played lots of different kinds of characters in movies.
Has she really? So. I can't think of anything she's ever been in.
No, she did it. I mean, she was a fair number of movies in the 90s.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, she was young then. So
okay.
Then there was that little gap of time between her and Kevin Bacon when she was raising their children.
Yeah, and like I Major Crimes is also very good. It has that woman in it. The president from the reboot of Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah,
her
Mary McDonald or whatever.
Yeah. That she's that guy. Like
apparently they're gonna reboot that again.
I've never seen any of them.
Oh, the reboots are great. I mean, I actually really like the reboot.
I heard it is until like the last 2 episodes. You just don't watch them. That's what I was told. I was told that you stop with the last 2. You just stop before the last 2 episodes. I don't
even know where a person could watch the original. Like my husband, because he's a little bit older than us. Like he remembers the original when it came on, but I didn't. You know, it's not. It wasn't a thing that they put on rerun a lot.
Does he remember the original V too?
Yeah. Yeah.
That creepy little baby thing they had.
That 5-year gap makes a big difference in pop culture.
Girl, did you see the TikTok from AOC?
No.
So there's a TikTok from AOC, and she's talking about the mummified alien.
The thing in Mexico?
Yeah, and she points to it and she's like, I'm sorry. This is actually a member of the Senate and they're running late for their votes. You're going to need to get out of their way. They need to make it to the floor immediately.
That's so beautiful. Term limits, people. Term limits.
No, absolutely not. That's not the right thing.
Well, just get rid of them. Can we just get rid of them? Just something.
It's complicated, right? It's complicated because you have.
It is
because in the Senate you have to have some longevity, because if you don't, you're just constantly running for re-election, right? That's part of what's wrong with the House. That's part of what's wrong with the presidency. They are constantly running for re-election. The right thing is probably parliamentary democracy. That's probably what works the best, but that's never happening here.
No, it is not. Good Lord.
Randy's taken to an ambulance, and the Lieutenant Faraday's like, stay with me, tell me something. Stabbed, dark. No.
Get well, Randy. Get well, buddy. We got you. We're praying for you.
We're praying for you. We're inside, and the lieutenant's like, it's one of y'all. You're all gonna have to like get patted down, and then then we can talk about you leaving.
I'd be like, yay.
JB goes talk to him and find out that he's a sexist.
Hardcore, super misogynistic.
Yes.
Sexist.
Yes. Like that good old kind. That good old
not
kind.
Like the comical kind.
No.
That one. The one that makes you cringe when they talk.
But the one that at least you know where you stand.
Yes.
in an apron.
Oh, that's right. He was in Mannequin also. I forgot about that.
I don't remember that movie either.
Yeah. I just remember that too. He had the bulldog named Rambo.
These are all very interesting stories.
Sorry.
So we're in Randy's office and JB brings Greg in, which I've decided to put 2 G's on because it seemed right. Greg heard someone run past him and something drop, and he's the dude was like, "You heard something? You didn't see anything?" He's like, "I'm blind. I'm very sorry about that."
Him too. So's Greg. Yeah.
Oh. And JB notices the Monet Mauve stain on the ground. It's a very expensive nail polish, girl.
Like $25.
My grandmother still mixes like colors together for her own nail polish. Still wears, like, she likes pink nail polish.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you wonder how you turned out a drag queen. There you go.
My nails, they are not done. They're very long. I mean, I need to cut them.
They're nice, actually. You got like very healthy looking nails.
Yeah, they grow so fucking quick. Like this is like a week of growth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like they grow like nothing.
Are you a mutant?
No.
Just gay.
It's just gay. Just take it up the butt. That's not even that anymore. That general just ruined me. No.
In so many ways.
Oh, that's yeah.
Thank you for your service.
I salute you.
Oh, so many wrong things just happened. Oh.
So there's a phone call. Randy's dead.
Oh no! What we were praying for.
We had every cassette of the Bible in playing at the same time.
We called the minister up, everything at the First Baptist down the street. Like, man, that's not supposed to happen.
Did I ever tell you about the prayer circle that called me one time? They were like, "Hi, this is Beulah Level Baptist Church. And it was a recording. And we are wondering if you are interested in join our prayer circle. Please press 1 to donate $100 to join our prayer circle."
You got robocalled by a prayer circle?
Yes, at work. It's like
that gives a new meaning to that song, Jesus on the Main Line.
So apparently, one of our friends, it's a mutual friend. I'll mention them later. Their family used to be florists. Like they were florists in Gastonia, of all places.
Oh, well.
And they used to do the Jesus Called floral arrangements for dear listeners, if you've never seen one, it's a wreath of flowers that has a phone in the middle with the phone taken off and says Jesus called, and then that person's name answered.
I haven't seen one of those wreaths in so long.
No,
oh my gosh.
When we watched Sordid Lives for the first time, that came on. He's like, "Oh my God, those." That movie is bad, real bad in some parts and real funny in others.
Yeah, it is.
Anything that has Beth Grant in it's great. Anything that's got and Delta Burke, but anything that involves what's his doodle? The gay son, first of all, and Brother Boy in the unfortunately it's so boring. It's not funny. I know he's trying to be serious and bring pith. We need to keep going, otherwise we'll never get done.
Pith.
So now we're jogging. Oh, they found the murder weapon, by the way. It's a knife that was behind a snack machine, and Nancy has a look on her face.
Oh, Nancy, what you been up to, girl?
So they're jogging. Greg and JB are jogging.
Oh, okay.
We find out that JB's staying at Greg's.
Oh, okay.
And we're back home, and they're eating some eggs, which I ate this morning from the Waffle House.
You've been eating here a lot more lately,
girl. You know what? It's on the weekend for some eggs. It's good.
You don't just have eggs at your house?
And bacon and hash browns. Like, what are you talking about, girl?
When you just said eggs, I was like, I didn't know.
Girl, it's $20 for 2 people. It's just as cheap to go out there and get as to make it here.
All of those things, yes. But when you just said eggs, I was like, you're just going to Waffle House for some eggs?
Girl, who goes to Waffle House just for eggs?
I'm sure some rich Southerner does.
Actually, girl, this morning, as we were getting ready to leave, the people in front of us, Meemaw and her 2 real Southern sons who were on a trip across who knows where, and there were like 4 of the people in the car, but it was a big old nice car, but they were, girl, when I tell you they were the whitest of white trash, God love them. They were all buying coffee from the Waffle House. That is all they got. And Meemaw was standing there with her, holding on to her cup of styrofoam cup of coffee. She's like, "Can I please have some ice? This is hot." They're like, "Yes, ma'am." They got her a whole big ass cup of ice handed to her.
Sometimes your stories really make me miss that area.
Meemaw had her hair clipped down with a 1 guard.
Oh no.
I just want you to and like her hair was stark white gray. Like, I just wanted you to experience what Meemaw looked like.
That fleshed this out so much more.
And they smelled like Pall Mall cigarettes. Like, it was just
yes.
all 3 of them.
Every word you say right now,
and they all look like they were put out real wet to dry.
Every word. This picture just comes together with every word you saying. Meemaw, Peepaw.
Well, Carl called, and he's canceling the blind readings one more again.
Oh, dang it.
So we're at Carl's, and we find out he's taking over the recording business.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't own it yet, but he's hoping to very soon.
Oh, okay. But how are you canceling stuff then?
Well, we're back at Greg's house, and the lieutenant's there. He's got a warrant to be sexist. Did you like that?
Perfect. That was perfect.
Well, Nancy freaks out, but then's like, "Okay, fine, I'll go make us some coffee." And JB goes to find her, and she's throwing knives in the dryer. And she's like, JB's like, "He's going to open up the dryer and find these. This looks even worse, you dumb bitch." And are these the knives that were used in the stabbing? We come to find out that they were from a barbecue earlier this week, and that somebody stole one. One is missing. Well, we know where it is now.
Yep.
Well, the lieutenants bring Greg in, and we also find out that last night Randy and Greg had a fight.
Oh no!
Because he was ending the books for the blind. We also find out that Randy blinded Greg in a car accident.
Oh,
yeah. So it wasn't the actual car accident that blinded Greg. It was after the accident. Randy was so pissed off he just stabbed out his eyes with, like, I don't know if I would blame somebody for a car accident unless they hit me, right? Like, I don't. How does a car accident actually blind somebody?
Maybe glass.
That could be it. Oh God, yeah.
Glass in the eyes, and they can't save the eyes.
Yeah.
Or maybe
severed retina or fire or something. Okay, no, it wouldn't be fire. Yeah.
They cut his head off, and then they had to sew it back on in a precedent-setting 24-hour surgery. He doesn't have a head. How am I supposed to write for a guy who doesn't have a head? He's got no lips, no vocal cords. What do you want me to do?
I'll figure it out. Oh, God. He doesn't have a head. That it's a shame that that movie ends with a little transphobia. It's so bad.
No.
Like I tried to say no, that's not transphobic. It's okay. My husband looked at me and was like, Mims. I was like, I know.
It was something that was a thing before we even knew a thing that was a thing.
Yeah. Well, Lieutenant's bring Greg in because obviously he did it. Yeah.
But because he's
We're
blind?
at the police. We're at the police now. We're at the police.
Okay.
And JB's interviewing Greg and like asks if he heard anything. And Nancy gets annoyed with Greg because he can't see and he just can't take all this on because he's blind. And then
so weird.
He has a breakdown because he takes these eyes are small, I know, but they're not yours. They are my own.
I wish you had not done that. I was not physically and emotionally prepared for that moment.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Can we get our Grammy Award now, please? Please.
I don't know, maybe they'll go on strike. And Nancy's upset too. Like everybody's just upset. They're crying, whatever.
It's a very emotional moment in the show.
It wasn't. And so we're back. We're back talking to the police. And JB's talking to the lieutenant. He asks how many creams and sugars she wants in her coffee, and she's like, black.
Like my man.
Yeah. You stole that easy joke. That was the lowest hanging fruit. It was so low. It had already been planted again.
That's right, honey. Like a bridge on a wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free.
I thought you were trying to sing A Bridge Over Troubled Water. That's why I was really surprised with it. I was like, oh, he's going troubled water. No. He's
that one from ABFA.
He's not being a Garfunkel right now.
Not lately.
Yeah, but no, girl, I really want them to remake like Snatch Game, but like with just drag queens in it, or like funny people, not drag queens pretending to be people, but like I think we could do it. I could be wrong.
I think there could easily be a drag version of Snatch Game, like drag
queen. I'm not even saying drag queen. Like have a drag queen or two on there, but not just drag queens. Like you can have other people.
That's what I mean, though. It's like because at this point now they're just as much a part of the culture as everything else is. So
yeah, but the reason I say not just drag queens is because when you get too many of us together, we aren't funny.
No,
like you need
look at Snatch Game.
Yeah, like you need to have one or two, a couple straight people. Like you need
token streets.
Oh, and there is one thing that I noticed that I showed my husband, and I want you to look at it. Okay. The host of Match Game, what's his name?
In the original?
Yeah, the original.
Gene?
Yes. Yeah. I want you. Could you pull up a picture of him right now, please? I want to do an experiment. I need you to pull a picture of him on your phone, please. Tell me when you have it.
Gene Snatch. That looks so weird saying it like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Gene. Oh, sorry, I put in the wrong thing.
You put in Snatch Game, didn't you? I know, because you said Snatch. Okay.
That's so weird. Like, do I need to get a particular type of picture from him?
No, just any picture, preferably
Okay.
where you can see the face, though.
Got it.
Okay. Does he not look like an old white RuPaul?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yes, especially when his hair is shorter.
Yeah, and
So
like he's tall and lanky, just like RuPaul. Yeah.
Like just like oh my gosh.
Yeah. I noticed that when he was talking to some of the contestants, like his mannerisms are very much like RuPaul too. Yeah.
Like how, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is this a picture of Gene Rayburn flipping off the camera? Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah. Well, JB tries to convince him to, not unseal the studio, which he's getting ready to do. She tries to convince him to like follow the other leads. He just doesn't listen. She storms the fuck out. So we're at the studio and JB's the first one there.
Okay.
Then come in Al and Stoney. JB goes up to Al. Hey, Al, what did you see? What did you hear in the background? I didn't hear nothing. I've got a lot of work to do. Thanks. Goodbye.
Oh, okay.
So that was it. That was it for him. So JB goes up to Earl and's like, hey, you know a lot about this shit. Could something be causing like power outages that's not the main breaker? And he's like, yeah, we've checked the main breaker multiple times. Nobody's ever touched it. It could be anything. But it's always during the sessions with the blind and when Stoney's here. And Earl mentions that Stoney was irate that evening about the tapes.
The tapes again.
Well, JB bumps into Sal. And she was just in the bathroom during the blackout. And then right afterwards, she was the first person to find Randy. But she didn't kill him, if you know what I mean.
Whoa. Sorry. Multiple levels of wrong.
So JB goes to Randy's office and she's peeking around, sitting in the desk and everything, trying to figure stuff out. And she hears Margaret and Carl talking. So she was in Randy's seat. She gets out, she sits down. It says that she was waiting on Carl. And he's like, yeah, I'll get you your tape before you leave. So JB talks to Margaret, notices she's wearing a very expensive black dress and Monet mauve fingernail polish.
Oh no, not Monet Exchange mauve.
It's now, isn't that, wait, didn't Monet Exchange change her last name to Monet Hart?
Monet Hart?
Yeah, isn't that right?
Are you thinking about Monique Hart?
It's Monique Hart?
Yeah. Monet Exchange is still Monet Exchange, I think.
Monet Exchange. Oh, you're right. What am I thinking? Monet Exchange. That's Bob's. That's Lesser Bob. I shouldn't put it that way. Like, I think that of the two to hang out with, Monet would probably be much better, like much more fun. I just think Bob's drag is a little more elevated.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And that probably comes with money and having a throuple with two white boys. I wouldn't know. I'm in a relationship with just one white boy. I'm also not black.
What? I have been lied to all this time.
You lied to me.
38 years?
God, we've known each other since we were 2. Oh no, I'm older than 40. Oh no, man. Oh no, man.
Oh, wow. That was a moment there. Oh.
Oh God. Actually, we probably known each other for 39 years. So I think that when we met at the hospital thing, it was actually when we were 4.
Oh, we were 4. Oh, wow.
We may have
even
known each other before that. We may have met at like 3 because, bumping in the halls and stuff.
But we were babies.
Picking up our checks. Picking up the mom's checks at the hospital.
On Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And getting your lollipop because we always got lollipops.
Go into the pink tea ladies or the pink tea room and get in the Laffy Taffy too. Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. Those much sandwiches.
I don't think I ever had one of the sandwiches.
Girl. Theirs was a banging.
I wonder if it still is.
I mean, it probably is. When I did that, when I worked there for that summer, every morning.
Your feet probably swelled up to the size of oars.
I didn't know, girl. I was sitting down the whole time, so
Lord. So JB's like, well, why did you lie about not being here that evening? So JB gets into a taxi because she's being escorted out by Carl. And she hears Stoney and Carl fighting.
Oh, no.
And we find out that Sal had been flirting with Carl to get to record her. She was doing the same thing with Randy. And by flirting, I think we mean fucking.
Back then, yes. We definitely meant that. Yes.
So
it's Sunday afternoon television. We definitely meant that.
So we're back at Greg's. And JB's talking about the person who was like the killer. She's like, he running. There was no flashlight. How did they do it? How did the killer do it? Greg plays the tape and she's like, oh my goodness, that's my voice. The lieutenant calls and gets like confused and befuddled by the noises coming out. And then I don't know if you noticed, there's a light bulb that goes off in the background behind JB.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Nancy's changing a light bulb, and as she's screwing it in, it turns on, and JB's like, I know who did it. I know how. I just need to prove it.
Oh, how tongue-in-cheek.
Yes. So we're back at the studio, and Al's sitting there in the room, in the audio room. The lights go out. Greg is saying, why did you frame me? Why did you frame me? Why? And the lights come back on, and he's like, hey guys, what are you doing here? Well, what's going on? Al had a nice little ass. Thanks.
Yeah, he was actually in the 80s, yeah.
So Al he's got a switch under his thing to rig the power to go on and off. That doesn't prove anything. So he's got a helmet with an infrared sight in it. Jesus Christ. And he left the helmet there over the weekend.
Oh.
Or while it was shut down. He saw Greg leave the studio from his little television.
Okay.
He recorded his voice and played it to Randy while he then switched off the lights, killed Randy with a steak knife, threw the knife away, and ran back to his room. Turned the lights back on, signaled okay to Charlie Daniels' band, and moved on. You can't prove anything. How dare you? And he gets taken away. JB's like, well, the tape of his recorded voice is somewhere in here.
Oh.
What's the next day? JB's leaving. The lieutenant picks her up. We find out that Al confessed to not only the murder, but also the tapes. And the lieutenant apologizes to her. He will now trust the intuition of women. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this episode?
It was a hoot. Yes, I did enjoy this one.
It was a hoot. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a little bit back and forth, but it was still fun. It was still fun.
It was a little back and forth, but considering that it took place in a very southern environment, it was appropriate. Even though that one character was definitely not southern.
No. Well, Maim,
like the books.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God. I was gonna say the books on tape guy. I wish, although he was fine, I do wish he had been just as southern as the rest of them, because like that was the only thing that for me was like, there's a man in a literal cowboy outfit that pulls up. I'm like, how did this dude find this studio? It doesn't make any sense. So other than that, I loved it.
Well, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Yes. Hello, dear listeners. It's me, Auntie Maim, your long-winded favorite relation. You can find me all over the place performing in Miami. I do the amazing Colossal Karaoke Show at Killer Idol in Miami Beach. I do improv and stand-up comedy at Villain Theater. And also I'm a commentator on the It's Happening Out online TV show. You can find out more about my stuff at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have Patreon?
Say what?
That's right. Go to patreon.com. Remember, Mims and Maim, you throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
Say what?
That's right. It's called Baking Sugar. It's our Deciding Win podcast, and there's more coming. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to mimsmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. I love 5-star reviews. So if you like this, leave us one. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know you can reach out to us?
No, what?
That's right. If you can leave a message at mimsmaim@gmail.com or send us a text at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Yeah, good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.